right, and obviously
consider the inconsistency in team selection still.
My name's Jake, not Jane. Has got actually, Jane.
You could pass for a Jane.
Actually, I haven't.
You could pass for a Jane.
I'm off.
Remember, we're all doing that in front of him. We're all buying. And he was out.
Southampton 0, West Ham United 0. Welcome back to the West Ham Network. I hope you are well. This is the player rating show for the goalless draw at St Mary's. I'm joined as always for the rating show with Matt. Matt, how are you?
Yeah, I'm not bad. Yourself?
Yeah, not too bad at all. As you can see there, I've just noticed that Matt's put all of his lovely football prizes, or you can't even see it now. He's put all of his football prizes thingies behind him. There he goes.
So I'm off quick. There you go. So Anton's going to be joining me soon. He's got one to go up on the wall. So.
Oh, Anton's got one as well. Love it. Let's see who is in the chat. Yeah, that's it. Rub it in, Matt. Rub it
in. He's got a
I said it.
Foul shirt the other day. So
did he?
He's got that gun on his wall.
There we go. Let's take some comments. Always 1 hour late. Get a new clock. Good evening. How are we? Good evening, Amir, Howard, Lawrence is in as well. Michael says, sorry, Antonio, I don't think you should play for Jamaica again. I think that's what West Ham fans are saying, to be honest with you. Overall, Matt, what do you make of the game?
Obviously, you was there, so I don't know if you felt different watching it live to on TV, because you always sometimes get a different perspective. But and I say this for both teams. Like I said this during the live watch along, everyone seemed leggy, and it just seemed like neither team benefited from the international break. It was like, we had everyone had played 3 games and had just got into the rhythm. Everyone was finding their stride, and then it just went no. International break, stop everything. Obviously, Moyes gave the guys a few days off because there was nothing to do. But then, obviously, as well, they crammed 3 games into like basically a week, because you think the first game was like a Wednesday, and then there was a weekend game, and there's a Wednesday game again. So, like, even someone like Antonio that only played 1 game, still had like a 9-10 hour flight wherever he went, and then flying back again. I don't think anyone benefited from. No one benefited from it. It just seemed leggy. It was slow. The cohesion was all gone. Everyone. There was no urgency, high tempo. It was like you could all call it like a early pre-season, like an end of season game.
Yeah. It wasn't great. Let's see what's in the chat. Kaiser's in. Those biscuits in the green room of mine. Don't touch them. Matt's had them. That's it. When the player rating show comes to town, we take priority, don't we, Matt?
Absolutely. All ours.
The last rating show, I think it was quite eventful, wasn't it, Matt? I think we had Stell was
hopefully he's gone on holiday again or something, so he's not here. I like it.
Oh dear, here we go. Right then, you weren't at the game, but honestly, this just on repeat was absolutely fantastic. Should I sing it or not? No.
Give it a go, Jake. I saw your I saw you put it up on your channel, didn't you? The little clip of it.
Yeah.
So go over there and see it. Go over there and watch it after the show.
Yeah, Pablo Fornals, he eats paella, he drinks Estrella. Oh, God. All right, if you insist. Pablo Fornals, who? Pablo Fornals, he eats paella, he drinks Estrella. Is it he's or we're going to Vienna? I've messed that up big time.
That's the big West Ham debate today, Jake.
It is on Twitter. Everyone's like, is it he's going to Vienna? We're going to Vienna.
Need to get the lyrics down.
Yeah, we do. Whoever made that though, hats off to you. It's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Ken says, "Hello, Anton / Stell. You can tell it won't be Stell because Stell wouldn't be on time to be to be in the chat for a show.
So we'll be here in about half an hour when we're halfway through the show or something.
Yeah, and he'll be putting Fabianski's rating in like he did last time. But anyway, let's start off. Oh, we forgot to put the ratings in, Matt. Oh, we forgot to write the ratings down. Oh well, we'll wing it. Let's start with Lucas Fabianski. What have you given Fabianski then, Matt?
I gave him a 5.
Ooh.
And that's just me going like, 0 is the lowest, 10's the highest. I've just gone in the middle. Like, I think there was it in the first half he had that cross he done quite well with when he caught it under the bar, sort of rattled into the post. Apart from that, like, he didn't do anything. Like, he didn't. They had 2 chances, or 3 chances after that. One went over the bar, one hit the post, and one was off the line. So, like, in terms of Fabianski, he didn't do a lot. He didn't have much to do. So I've just gone in the middle. I've just gone, 5. It was a slow game for both teams. There wasn't much for him to do. This isn't me being like, he had a bad game. It's just he dealt with the one difficult cross, but then they had 3 chances. He got nowhere near any of them. Don't really know if he had a chance for any of them, but
You're getting it in the chat already, Matt. You are getting it in the chat already from this man, Lucas Fabianski.
The most I could give him is a 6. Like that'd just be like, if you want to say 6 is like the average rating, I was just going 5 in the middle, but otherwise it'd be a 6. Like I said, he didn't have a great game, didn't have a bad game. I was just putting him slap bang in the middle because that's sort of what he had to do.
Yeah, harsh. The goal post was better. You guys are so stingy, Dan. I don't pick these ratings. Matt tells me what to write down. It's Matt. It's not me. 6.
I'll take the rating. I'll take that.
Jay Hustle gave him a 7. Clean sheet. Didn't have a lot to do. 8. Poor distribution. 5. Matt, come on, son.
As I said, look, maybe you want to go for 6 if you want to say 6 is the average rating. Like, when the game just kicks off, what would you say the rating is when it just kicks off? Everyone's got that rating at the start. For me, I say it's a 5. Because you go,
for me, it's a 6.
Well, he gets a 6 then. That's where I'm going. Is like the starting point is what he gets because he didn't do much. He didn't do anything wrong. His distribution wasn't great, but I can't really penalise him for something that we know he's not good at. It's like you're saying, you're bad at this. I'm going to penalise you because you're always bad at it. His distribution is what it is. It's always been the same. But it was a poor game.
It's hard.
It's
hard.
Yeah.
It is.
Right.
Let's take some comments. Let's have a little look here. Dan says 7. Not much to do, but a clean sheet is a clean sheet. There we go. That's Lucas Fabianski. Let's move out to the left hand side. We'll mix it and go to the left hand side first. I will go with Aaron Creswell. No, on the channel tonight we are experimenting with it. Is a little poll system. So if it flashes up, rate whoever out of 10. Click what you think on the poll. So Matt, just for a bit of whatever you want to call it, Creswell out of 10. 44% was the highest vote for 6. What have you given Aaron Creswell?
Yeah, I was going to go as I said. If we're saying 6 is the starting point you get at the start of the game, I would go with 6.
Yeah.
I thought he controlled the left hand side quite well. Whether it was, I think it was out there. Redmond was out there at times, and I think was it Elanusi was out there at times. They sort of swapped between them. Didn't really get much out of him, but his set pieces were poor. Maybe I should mark him down for his set piece delivery because I'll give him a 6. We didn't concede. So maybe 6 is like bottom line of the defence because they got a clean sheet, which is like only the second time in 22 games or something stupid. So defensively done well. Attacking didn't offer much, didn't see much, and his delivery was poor when he had it. But he got a clean sheet.
Shots are being fired here. Matt is as harsh as Stell's face. Matt is as harsh as Stell's timekeeping. Oh, that's harsh. That's harsh. 5 crosses were ineffective, says P. Gads. Jay says Cresswell 6 crosses were poor, but in defence kept a clean sheet. So 6 from me. 6, 7 from Kent. 6. There we go. We'll move into the centre backs then. Let's start with Craig Dawson. Let's just get it over and done with. When you look at it, sometime next week, Craig Dawson's going to come up against Cristiano Ronaldo, whether it's in the Cup or whether it's in the Premier League. This week he came up against Adam Armstrong. What did you think of Craig Dawson yesterday?
Well, I'll be honest, at the moment, I'm even sitting in my head going somewhere between a 5 and a 6. He was actually
Give him a
done
6.
Really,
Go on,
he
6.
The thing is, he done really well in the air. Like, obviously, they don't have much height, but obviously set piece, they got defenders come up. But I thought he dominated quite well in the air, put in some good clearances. But then he nearly cost us the game again. Like, he dived in. You got 2 defenders against centre forward, and he's got his back to goal. You can quite clearly let him turn and then run at the 2 of you, and one can go to and one can back off. Yeah. And he dived in against Broha, however you want to pronounce it. He dived in at him. He just got turned like nothing. And then the guy was 1-on-1 against Bonner and hit the post. And it was like, for all the good work he'd done in defence, like, I think that is his thing. Like, he's always got something in him. Like, he could play really well for 90 minutes, and then just that one mistake is just going to cost you the game. And luckily, it hit the post. Old Clips was happy for once because the post noise was going for us rather than against us. I'll give him a 6. We got a clean sheet, but it was teetering to a 5. If they scored that, he would have got like a 3 because that was like their only proper orchestrated chance they got gifted by him for no apparent reason. Yeah,
there he is. There's the big man looking interesting in that image there. Let's take some comments. So in the poll for Craig Dawson, 5 and under was it was pretty split. 40% 5 and under, 33% saying a 7, 26% saying 6. So that's what you guys are saying in the chat. But let's have a look at some of your comments as well. Anton says, I genuinely thought he had a good game. To be honest, I'd say 7. Yes, Anton. Dawson 5 must do better. To be honest, I thought we were very surprised that he was in the 11 to start with. Yes, all day. Dawson 4. Distributing the ball poor, gambles too much, awful all game. I think his distribution was poor, but sometimes the centre defenders just looked up and just went like this. I mean, somebody moved.
Nothing, yeah.
Hang on. We're going to have to stop you there. For the first time on the player rating show, we've got a channel member. What about that? Welcome to the Premier League GP. That's a debut on the rating show, Matt. That's a first.
That is a first. It's good. Nice. Thanks for joining.
Thank you very much, GP. Thank you very much. Sorry, I've stopped you in your tracks there.
Yeah, I don't know where I was now. Look, Dawson. His distribution was awful, but then, like I said, there wasn't much in front of him. And is that down to, like I said, there was no tempo, no urgency. And he just seemed to be kicking balls up for the sake of it sometimes rather than trying to pick players out. He got a clean sheet. He, for the most part, done well on his defending. His offensive play let him down. But he nearly ended up like a 3. If that goal had got in because he just, for no apparent reason, overcommitted, then he probably got the lowest rating of the day. But he lives to fight another day.
Yeah. GP says Matt swung it for me. See now you can use Matt's custom emoji in the live chat. Spam it. Somebody spam mine and Matt's custom emojis if you are a member. Here we go. If you're new around here, please make sure you subscribe to the channel and get involved in the chat. Indeed. Dawson 8 says James. I don't know if you're being sarcastic or not, James, but I like it.
Not sure about that.
Craig Dawson all the way. Need Zuma's pace at the back. Yeah, we do, to be honest. Yeah. Definitely. But there we go. Let's move on to his partner in central defence, and that is Angelo Ogbonna. What have you given Angelo one of them, Matt?
Yeah, what? I probably I give him a 6.
Yeah.
Maybe I'd give him a 7. I thought he'd done quite well. I think he kept Adam Armstrong like really quiet all game.
Yeah.
I think he mopped everything quite well. I think he only got turned once, and that was the pace of I think that was Broha again. The ball went down the line, and it wasn't even a turn; it was just like a sprint.
Just went past him,
and he
straight
just went
away.
past him. I think Deck or Soufal covered in the middle. It's weird because I've got to sit here. Yeah, I can't really say he had I can't sit and say he had a really good game.
Well, the polls are saying the polls are being very conclusive in saying 68% are 6. So you know, a lot of people are going for a 6 for Angelo Ogbonna. Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. 6 for Oggy. Oh, wrong comment. 6 for Oggy. That's harsh. He was better than Dawson. 7 for me. Ogbonna was decent, but I like a slow-mo in that program run. Yeah, he did go past him. There was no one there. Russ. See, we got Russ in now. We're just waiting on Stell now, Matt.
Waiting a long time for him. But the show finished by the time he turns up.
Yeah. Ogbonna 4, 8, 7, 6. We need a 5 now. 5. Brilliant. Ogbonna did a decent job. 7, 5, 6. It's pretty mixed, this. Yeah.
People say I'm harsh.
Brilliant. Let's move on though to the right hand side as it feels like Matt's got a Formula 1 race going on outside his house there.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on out there.
Anyway, let's rate Vladimir Soufal. What have you given Soufal then, Matt?
I'm gonna finish off the back line the way I've done the rest of it. He can have a 6.
Yeah.
He got forward, but he didn't really get used. Like as always, he always offers that option. Whereas in the Palace game, we made a point of shifting it all across the left-hand side, and Deck was playing that big raking ball out to him to make use of him. But fair play to Southampton, they sat deep. They had the wingers tuck in to make it almost like a back 6. So the fullbacks never really got into play for us. Solid in defence when required. So I think I was talking about that one when Ogbonna got turned. I think it was Soufal in the box that got in front of the centre forward just to deflect the ball away from him and take the foul. As I was going to say, it's hard to be like give the defence a high, especially centre backs, but give the defence a high rating when they didn't have that much to do. Like I can give them a 6 for a clean sheet, but I remember about 3 chances for them, so it's not like we were getting battered and they were creating chances. Some marking badly, and it's not like they were pressuring us constantly, so we were doing really like heroic defending. I think he was probably the better of the defenders, but I just don't think they had much to do, or particularly done. I don't think they've done great with what they had to do. Like I think the 3 chances they had, we could have defended better at, and we didn't. We were lucky that they didn't take one of them.
Yeah, well, the polls are saying 48% are 6, which is the majority. So, Matt, can you confirm, breakdown, have you got anything but a 6 today? Apart from Fab.
Give me a second. I've got, I have.
Oh, good. There we go.
I've actually got a lower score.
Oh, well, we'll come to that. Score. There we go. This is why you've got to stay tuned into the West Ham network. That's what happens there. 7, he looks tired. 6, 7, 8, 5, 7. Soufal, one of our better players, played hard, ran all match. 7, 7 in defence, 6 in attack, a little bit shaken. 8 there. Soufal 9, says Michael. We are ranged there from 5 to 9 there. That's what we like to see, differing opinions. That is for your... Oh, thank you very much, Anton. Check out my channel, West Ham Unofficial. I'll get a link later on. I'll tell you what. Shall I get a link now for you, Matt? Why not? Right then. let's have a look at it. If you could, there we go. It's in the chat. If you could subscribe to my channel, West Ham Unofficial, that would be greatly appreciated. Let's move in to the midfield then, and we will start with Declan Rice. Declan Rice and Matt, what have you given him?
Well, I was going to give him a 6, but he's getting a 7 purely because we only got a point because of him.
That's a very good point.
Last second clearance when the ball was half over the line, right at the end, saved the match for us. So I'm going to give him a 7. I thought he done pretty well in front of the back four. It's quite good in possession. But I think even he looked a bit tired, to be honest.
He did, yeah.
He'd already played 2 games in a week with all the travelling. But yeah, that crucial goal line clearance at the end got us a point. So I'll give him the 7.
The polls have been a little bit harsher than you, Matt. They've gone for a 6, 48% a 6. That's Soufal, that's why. Ooh. There we go. For Rice, it is. There were 6. That is taking the polls with 37%. So you're being better than the polls tonight, Matt. What about that?
People say come here and say I'm harsh, and then we'll say you haven't seen my lowest score yet. So Jakey's not gonna be happy.
Oh, I know it isn't. He's dropping big hints later on for a certain attacker that I know who is, and you probably do as Nat. You probably do as well. 5 for Rice, 8, 7, 8 saved the match with the save definitely. Rice gets an 8 from me. Great in defence and cleared the ball from the line. He kept us in it. He did 8, looking tired, but 7, 6 for the block. Anton says, I mean, we did not concede and broke down most attacks that Southampton brought to us. Add to that goal line clearance. I think he deserves more, to be honest. Polls, the poll only offers 6 to 9. We didn't think that there'd be a 10 tonight because we didn't really think anybody deserve a 10, but we apologise if you thought somebody did deserve a 10 after their performance. I still think you're harsh, says Dan. Constructive. Matt's firm but fair.
Yeah, people say that I'm really harsh, but people have been harsher than me tonight. I mean,
they have. You're right. Anyway, let's see what Matt has given Rice's partner in crime, Thomas Souček. What have you given him then, Matt?
I'll give him a 6.
Yeah.
I thought he looked leggy, to be honest. I don't think he had one of his better games. He looked like lethargic and tired. He was unlucky with that header. Like he just the first one when he just glanced it, like he just didn't get enough on it either way. Had he got a clear contact on it, he would have put it in the back of the net. And if he'd got like a slight touch on it, it would have gone into path of the back post. I think he literally must have like grazed the hairs on top of his head and just fell behind O'Connor. But look, as I said, you know what? The thing is, right, we've been due a boring 0-0. Like, in the nice way possible. That, was it 100 goals since Moyes come back and only Man City, was it Man City, Man United and Liverpool scored more in the Premier League than us? Yeah. I think the last time we had a boring 0-0 was hit like the Boxing Day game.
It was
around then. I think we played
around the Christmas time. Yeah,
or was that?
I can remember
something like that.
It was. I can remember doing the highlights in Worst show with Anton. We managed to drag it out for half hour.
It was Brighton or Southampton, wasn't it? Was it Brighton?
Southampton. It was Southampton.
It was Southampton, and we had a boring 0-0, and that
St Mary's.
That was at St Mary's,
and that was Matt. That was the rise of the one, the only Craig Dawson. That was the game that Craig Dawson
his first game in, wasn't it? Or something? Yeah.
Whacked the hell out of Che Adams' head, but that was a boring game.
The defensive cover in front of the back four done well, but you know what? It's frustrating because I think had Southampton had fair play to Southampton, they know our tactic is we need teams to have a go and we can pick them off.
Yeah,
and they didn't have a go, and we just could not break down that low block. Like they had almost like a back six at times. We couldn't break it down. But then I felt like the last minutes they gave it a go. Like their plan was to hold on for as possible and then try and counter. Well, had they played like that for earlier in the game, we may have nicked it. But so yeah, a lot of the team looked knackered and tired. I think Soucek and Southampton might have played all 3 games over the international break, and they looked like they had.
Yeah.
Look, Ant said he looked like he had an international hangover. Absolutely did. So I think 6 is probably a fair result. I mean, maybe I'm being too harsh again. Well, what's the poll saying?
The poll is saying that we have got, if I can find it, 6. 63% is giving Soucek once again a 6. So no surprises there. 7 says Kent. 6. 4 looked bad, passed poorly. 5 looked tired like the rest of the players that had international matches. 6. Soucek gets a 6 from me. He was tired and went missing in part. Soucek 8. 1 goal and his confidence will be back, says Alfie. Vinay says 7 for Thomas. He was tired, but he tried, and he was a threat in the box. That's the key. He was tired, but he tried. Like a few of the players. Oh, well, that's harsh. Like most of the players, or all of the.
I
players,
think they also tried. As I said, I just don't think. I think they, like Ant said, they had international hangover, the travelling, the game time, the change, especially if you've gone far as well. Just the change in actual body clocks. You know, if you went off to halfway around like Antonio and you're playing like an entirely, like 4 times different time zone, it will take it out of you, and yet they want to try and do a World Cup every 2 years. 6 is fair enough. I don't want to be too harsh on anyone really, because it's just one of them games. But
let's have a look, because the poll result has already came in for the next man, and it's the highest so far. Let's have a look what Matt thinks, because the chat have been quite generous to Pablo Fornals. He eats paella, he drinks Estrella. We're going to Vienna. Pablo Fornals, what have you given him, Matt?
See, I think I might be too generous here, but we'll see what the poll says. I'm giving him an 8.
Oh, you agree with the polls? The polls have said 34. It's been very split. 34% an 8, 30% a 6, 23% a 7, 11% say a 9.
See, I was sitting between a 7 and 8. I thought, you know what, I'll be generous, giving the 8. He is becoming one of the more reliable players, and even yesterday, he was a very good attacking outlet. He linked up well with Creswell. He's supposed to be on that left-hand side, but at times he was all over the pitch, trying to pick up the ball, link up the play, trying to make something happen. And he was the one keeping us ticking over. But it's just, we couldn't undo the low block. Other people looked tired. Huffed and puffed.
Yeah.
Couldn't get the goal. But I thought he was one of our better attacking outlets over the game.
Yeah, that is the highest in 8 given to Pablo Fornals tonight. Dan says Pablo didn't stop driving forward. He wanted the win as much as the fans. He deserved an 8 for maximum effort and visible passion indeed. Fornals 6, 7, 8. Anton says, for me, he was the standout player for West Ham, working hard at the back and working hard going forward. Not really Fornals' fault, says Long Dark Tunnel. That's a new one. Oh, the Fornicator, not the what's the other one Anton calls him? The Fornicator. The Fornicator, just spelled different. Yeah. I love these names. Brilliant. 7, Fornals is my favourite player at 7 as well. A high rating for a 0-0 draw, but the next player, I'm not sure. There is 3 players left in the starting lineup. Who's going to drop below the 6? I'll leave him till second to last. Let's start with Jared Bowen. People are eagerly anticipating the below 6 rating, but what have you given Jared Bowen, Matt?
I gave him the same as Fornals. I think I give him an 8.
Ooh.
I think they were our best 2 players in the game yesterday. I was really confused when he took Bowen off for Yarmolenko. Like, I honestly would have like taken Antonio off and just moved like Vlasic up front. I think by that point in the game, the only attacking outlet we had was Bowen. He looked like he was going to be the one to actually do something. Like, he was the guy running past his player, taking on people, getting balls in the box. He had that snapshot on the volley. Like, obviously, he looked fresher. He looked more like he had more energy, probably because he didn't go on international duty, so he didn't have to go and play 3 games in a week. So maybe you should expect more from a guy that's fresher. But it looked like if we were going to get a goal in the game, it probably was going to come from him. And then with like 5 minutes to go, was it 7 minutes to go, Moyes just pulled him off. But I'd put him up there with, for now, I think they were the best 2 players on the pitch, at least for us yesterday. So I think they can share the 8 between them.
There we go. And in the chat currently, 28 votes in, and it is it's changing as we speak. 48% is agreeing with you with an 8. 38% are saying a 7. So there we go. People are agreeing with you tonight, Matt. What about that?
It's strange. People always tell me that I'm too harsh. Well, they haven't seen my next rating yet, so.
Oh God! 8 for Bowen. He tried but couldn't get through as good as Pablo. 8, 7, 8. Bowen was a threat. 8. Our best player on the pitch. Bowen high 8. See, we haven't had any. Matt, we haven't had any 0.5s or 0.653332.
You've said it now. You said it now, Dave.
I had to. Ken says Bowen high 8, non-stop energy. Should never have been took off. Antonio should have been taken off. There you go. Right then, come on then. I know who the next player is. You know who the next player is. It's Saeed Benrahma. Imagine if it's not Saeed Benrahma now. Matt, what have you given the Algerian wizard?
A 4.
Oh. A 4? No,
you know what?
In the chat now, you're going to get it.
Why? He had a really quiet game. Like, I don't know if they intentionally like marked him out of the game, but he offered very little in the first half. He saw little of the ball. He struggled to make any sort of impact in the game. Like I said, with Fornals and Bowen, they went to find the ball. They got on the ball. They were getting touches to make sure that they got involved in the play. Benny just sort of drifted through the game. And I think was quite rightly subbed when Vlasic come on that it was him that came off. I just don't think the thing is, when you're playing that number 10 role and everything's expected to go through you, and when the team's sitting deep, that is your time. You need to get on the ball. You need to make something happen, whether it's a running behind or coming deep and picking a pass. And I just don't think he had a very good game at all. Again, he was on international duty and he had to fly a pretty, a reasonable amount to do it. So maybe that's something to do with it. But it was a very quiet game for him.
Yeah, 28 votes in for Benrahma. A 6 is what you guys are going for with 46%. To be fair, you had to, Anton, didn't you? You just had to. 4.89767. I did. I shouldn't have mentioned it. Benny gets a 6, 5, 4.9, 5, 6.1, 6, 2.2. 5.7. I think that's Bowen there, saying an 8. And to be fair, 8.98 at least. There we go. That is what you've been waiting for. That rating, and he has and Matt has given Saeed Benrahma a 4. Now this one's going to split opinions. The next one because of what happened right at the end. This is going to be interesting. Let's rate Mikel Antonio. Now, the chat is saying 5 and under with half of the votes, 50%. 5 and under. Matt, what have you given Mikel Antonio?
I was giving him a 5. Like, you know what? It's the old curse of the Player of the Month award.
Yeah.
Like, you normally always see it that as soon as someone wins the Player of the Month, they go off the boil a little bit. I'm pretty sure travelling all the way to frigging Jamaica probably didn't help in the international break. You know, he travelled out for one game, played 70 minutes, they were awful. He looked like, even in the first half, he didn't look like his normal self. He didn't look energetic. He didn't like he had the tempo on him. He got picked on a lot. Like, you know, there's a lot of times people pulling him back, pulling his shirt, treading on his feet, nipping at tackles to him. He looked tired. He struggled a bit. And, you know, obviously the red card at the end was just... But actually, you know what? Both the yellows were just summed up his frustrations during the game.
Yeah.
The first one, he plays the 1-2, and the guy just holds him, just won't let him run. So he just turns into Mark Henry and just threw him across the floor.
Literally.
Yeah. Literally just like threw him across the floor. I was like, is that what you wanted? And there's just frustration on the second one because it's right at the end of the game. And it literally was almost like the last touch. I think they took the
It was
free kick
fascinating. It was fascinating being in the away end because I looked at it and I knew I knew he was going to get sent off. I thought, around me, I was the only one that got frustrated. All of a sudden, the whole crowd started singing Antonio, and I was like, I thought people were going to go ballistic, but they were going Antonio. He's just been sent off.
It was, you know what? Leary did just like sum up everything that had happened.
Yeah.
In the sense that it all come about, if you think in a space of about 30, 45 seconds, they had the corner. Rice cleared it off the line. It got like headed up in the air. Fabianski collected it. We hit the counter attack, and it was like that was literally like it was going to be the last attack of the game. Yeah. And he just needed to get his head up and pick a pass, and he sort of lost the ball. And in frustration, he's just like slid across to like, no, you're not getting away with a quick counter. I think for the most part, he actually pulled out of it. I don't think he made much contact, but the intent was there. The player jumped out of the way of it.
Mm.
It was silly. It was silly for him. It was a frustrating game. He didn't get much service. We couldn't even just try and play balls over the top because they sat relatively deep most of the game. Yeah, to give him a 5.
There were some low ratings. I'm gonna scroll up and find the best ratings. 4. Antonio looked tired. A 4 from me. The centre back, 20. I think that was Salisu. Bullied him, made him look ordinary, and the red card was stupidity. I completely agree. 7, 0, 5.1. He played. I did feel like that at times. Antonio needs some more competition, but not Yarmolenko. Yeah. 5.12. Antonio had 3 lumps on him all game and showed and frustration showed. Yeah, I was like, he got the ball, and one thing that came into mind was like a swarm of bees. They just all ran to him and trapped him, and it was
which
just
again,
so frustrating.
Is also what led into Benrahma's lower rating. Because if you've got 3 players all zooming in on Antonio, Benrahma should then be in space and in a space near Antonio to take the ball off him.
We weren't effective enough to not realise that, but to exploit the reason that, let's be honest, the back 3 or back 4 were focusing on shutting down Mikel Antonio. We just didn't manipulate them well enough, I thought. Dan says, I'm the only one to give Antonio an 8 in the poll. He was marked by 3 defenders all game, but he was certainly entertaining. Let's see, a 5 and under was what he was given in the poll. So 5. Another player that looked tired. To be fair, I'm not sure he got much. He got much of a touch inside the box. I don't think he did, to be honest. Antonio, 7 for the effort. 5. I thought Antonio was a 5 first half, but 7 second half until he got sent off. 6. The first yellow was great. It was, to be honest with you, the way he just picked him up and just chucked him on the floor. And there we go. Antonio, 6, says Mandy. He tried, but they marked him. Scott says Antonio, 2. The red card was harsh. Really, did Antonio actually make contact? It was for intent. He didn't make contact with Gineppo. Now I've said it on a few shows today. Track back about 3 years, Matt. Manuel Lanzini under penalty. I think it was Stoke away. I think it was, and then he got a 3-match ban for diving. That's what Gineppo should have got, because it was a clear dive, in my opinion. He was
tried
going
to
over.
hurdle. Yeah, he's tried to hurdle the tackle, hasn't he? He's tried to pull out of the tackle, and I can't blame for it, because Antonio sort of started pulling out, but his feet weren't exactly. If his feet were low on the floor, or you could be like, yeah, but like one of his foot's about 3 foot off the floor.
Mm-mm.
Like, for me, as soon as I saw it, I was like, regardless of whether he makes contact or not, you couldn't really argue with the booking. It's just stupid. Like, the timing of it was. That was the annoying thing. Like, I couldn't argue with either booking, to be honest. Like, I couldn't. It was just 2 silly bookings. But the only frustrating thing for me is that it means he misses the Man United League game.
Yeah.
But then maybe it means he plays the Man United Cup game. So who knows?
Let's have a little look here. We need Ant for the cup game. Do you mean Anton from the West Ham network or Mikel Antonio? I mean, I'd take Anton up front. Based, he's gonna win the headers against Harry Maguire. Of course you are, Anton. Nod your head, Anton. Yeah, there you go. Of course you would. Get your head on it, Anton. You'll be all right. There we go. Right then. So the subs are left now. We got a good 20 minutes to have a look at Nikola Vlasic, didn't we, Matt? A good 20 minutes, and he looked good.
He did. Like, I say he came on for Benrahma, who didn't have a good impact on the game. But as soon as he came on, he had an impact. Like, he just seemed to be like a gear up from everyone else. He was quicker on the ball. He was sharper. He was good at finding some good pockets of space and making some good runs, finding places to receive the ball. I'd actually give him. You know what? I'd give him a 7. I thought he looked lively. I thought he looked like he slots straight into the way we play.
Yeah.
With those 3 behind the centre forward, and you can see that's why Moyes has bought him.
I don't like to be harsh to Saeed Benrahma, but I thought he did. I love Benrahma, but I thought Vlasic did more in 20 minutes than Saeed Benrahma did in 60 or 70 minutes. Personally,
Yeah.
I thought he first touch, he intercepted the ball, got the ball, and just ran. Had the skill to get past the players and just ran, and that's what we needed. Very, very promising. I expect obviously now he will start against Zagreb, I would have thought, but we'll just have to wait and see. Yarmolenko not worth rating. We'll get onto him in a second. 8 for Vlasic, 7. Here we go. Ken says, I play Thomas Suchek as a Fellaini type forward Sunday or Bowen as a striker. I think it probably will be Bowen up front.
I'd actually like that. I'll play Suchek up front.
I'd love that.
We can afford to do it now as well, because you've got Krau. Bring Krau into the midfield alongside Rice.
There you go.
And just play Suchek up front.
Everything's placing together. Fantastic. Yeah, it's a good idea. Oh dear.
Couldn't
7
do it before because we only had the 2 midfielders, and if you did that, Mark Noble came in. Whereas now, Krau's there. Just chuck Suchek up front.
Yeah.
Play a 4-4-2 and play Vlasic off Suchek.
Yeah. I think Anton likes the idea of that. A Fellaini or Krau as a converted striker. We'll just have to wait and see. We will just have to wait and see on that one. But the second substitution, Andrei Yarmolenko, almost a mirror image, but a week before, picked up the ball, cut inside, outside the box. What's he do? Everyone's excited. Oh, he skies it again like he did against Crystal Palace, Matt. Exactly the same.
You know what? I forgot he played. He can have a 3. He gets 3.
Below them, Benrahma. Get in.
Yes. Like, he did 2 things in the 10 minutes he was on the pitch. But he had that one when he on his left foot, and he had time for a touch to control the ball, and he just rushed it and left-footed it into the sky, and then he trapped back and made a tackle at some point, doubling up with Soufal. But it almost, I don't know if the timing was just coincidental, but essentially when he came on, we just gave up attacking. Like, our attacking out stopped. And the wave of momentum Southampton had for the last 10 minutes was just constant. And it just, I don't know if Bowen coming off affected it or if it was just the way there, and then that was just he couldn't change it back. But it looked like we played with 10 men for the last 10 minutes when he came on. Like he offered absolutely nothing. Like he had one good run in 7 minutes, and then apart from that, it looked like he wasn't on the pitch. Again, I don't know if that's just the momentum had already shifted, and like Moyes tried to think maybe he could change it back and he didn't, or whether that had an impact on it. But it didn't have a good. Like if he's supposed to be one of our options for Antonio, then we might struggle.
Yeah, the polls have given Yarmolenko 5 and under with 57% of the vote. So not impressive from our Ukrainian magic man on international duty, that is for sure. Now, let's get on to the gaffer then. David Moyes, what are you going to give him, Matt?
I'll give him a 7.
Yeah.
I think maybe he could have made a second change earlier.
Probably, yeah.
I think with 15 minutes to go is when they started getting into the game more, and it looked like we were getting overrun in the midfield. And at that point, I probably would have taken off Antonio for Krau. So we went to a midfield 3 to shore up the 3, and then you could have just done the 2 wingers. Just had the front 3. You could have gone instead of doing a 4-2-3-1. Just gone to a flat 4-3-3 and put Vlasic through the middle. But I mean, he can't affect the energy levels of the players. He can try and G them up more, but if they're just generally tired, there's not much you can do about it. We got the clean sheet, which we needed. We got a point. Still unbeaten after 4 games. First time we've done that in 20 years or something I read earlier. Might be 99, 2000 or something was the last time we went undefeated in the first 4 games of the season. So there's positives to take. He did make a couple of changes to try and change and refresh the attacking players. I thought, maybe he could have done something in the midfield for the last 10 minutes. If we'd buckled it out to a proper 3-man midfield, we might have done something more. But we stopped the rot and got a clean sheet. We struggle, and this is where we have to try and find something that we struggled with, trying to beat that deep line, the low block. Vlasic looked like might be able to do that when he came on. So, you know what? I'll give him a 7. There's ups and downs to his performance, Moyes.
It's very mixed in the chat. It's extremely mixed in the chat. I'm going to try and find the poll. Here we go. Right. So this is incredibly interesting. So the polls, 26 votes are in, 5 and under is the majority with 38% for David Moyes. James says 8, Moyes 4, Anton says 8, respect the point, clean sheet desperately needed. 5 for Moyes. Players were clearly tired and fresh legs needed earlier. Krau and Lanzini on the bench. Love watching the ratings whilst eating Chris. I could hear Dad came upstairs to get a big bag of crisps out, and I sent him a message to say, make sure you leave me some. I've just done a message back. Bag was small, good show or something. Unbelievable. Right, I can see all of you are already starting off on the ref, so we will get onto the ref in just a second. But we will start because I've been itching to do this. Our magic man, he's not even behind the scenes. He does most of the shows as well. Anton has managed to pick out this fantastic picture of the away end, and it's got a certain. Who's that? And who's that, Matt?
I can't even tell from here. My screen's.
It's the one, the only Stella Suaku, where the white arrow is. Anton has managed to find Stell in the picture. Brilliant. Rate our fans. Yeah, probably still there. Probably, yeah, because he didn't turn up to half time, I swear. Absolutely unbelievable. There he is. There is Stella Suaka. I get it. Oh, stealth. There he is.
Stealthy. Hashtag stealthy.
Oh, hashtag stealthy. There we go.
Yeah.
Looks like a hooligan. That is brilliant. There he is. See, he's not even watching this, so we can say what we want, Matt. There he is. Here he is amongst all the fans. And if you notice, hashtag Stelfi for the Man United games. If you notice,
get your pictures with Stel and put
Yeah.
on Twitter with hashtag Stelfi.
if you notice, he's actually sat in in an illegal position there because he's not by a seat. He's in the staircase, which is obstructing any emergency attention that needs to go up. What about that, Matt?
That's surprising with Stel. Makes his own rules up, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Makes his own rules up as he goes along.
He is a hooligan. Hashtag Stelfi for the Man United game. Wasn't the guy that's by the stewards? Taken by the stewards. Looks really dangerous. Stel, leader of a firm. Looks really dangerous. He's a hooligan. Oh dear. Anyway, right. The fans. I mean, is it a 10?
Yeah, definitely a 10.
We were loud.
Yeah.
We were loud. Not as loud as
turned-
Newcastle, I thought, but we were still very loud.
We turned up in big numbers. Considering, I don't know if you could tell from this in the ground, but you could see it on the TV cameras. There was a lot of empty seats in the away end.
Oh,
I was quite surprised.
in the home end.
Yeah, so yeah. So I mean,
Yeah.
home end, yeah.
It was
In Southampton-
incredible. We sat there, and I thought they must be having a problem in the home end with the tickets. No one ever lie. There was 5,000 there, at least 5,000 empty seats in their end.
Yeah, I was quite surprised. I didn't understand.
To be honest to them, 500 of them, I don't know how many they're in there, 15,000, 500 of them sang, and they did make a decent atmosphere. The 250 one side of the away fans and 250 the other side actually made quite a decent atmosphere. There was a bit of trouble at the end because the usual started chucking bottles and stuff, but yeah, it was a good atmosphere in there. Fans were mad, amazing. Fans 10.1. There we go, amazing. Right then, should we get onto this man? David Coate, I don't know how to say his name. David Coate, who was the referee. Here we go. What have you given him, Matt?
I don't know. 6, 5. Like, you know what? I don't know. I don't feel like he made much wrong. I don't think he got every decision right, but like I think he was consistent in his decision calling.
Yeah.
Like I think he gave it both ways. Do you know what? I probably should give him higher because I don't really remember him in the game. And they normally say that when you don't remember the ref, we don't know about the ref, he's normally had a good game. Like obviously he gave the 2 bookings, but the 2 bookings he gave out, he had for Antonio had to give out. Like he couldn't odds them. Yeah, I don't remember him, so maybe I'll say a 6, but maybe I should have given him more because when you don't remember the ref, they've been in the background, let the game play, and that's what you want.
It's interesting. It really, really is. Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. Rate the ref. 5 takes the majority with 40%. 4 and under takes 34%. 6 takes 20%, and 7 takes 5%. So they've been harsher than you, Matt, with the referee. But there you go. Oh, hello. Hey, what's going on here? We're being hijacked. There's David Moyes. There's the big man. Let's have another look at that.
Happy. Moyes ain't
Come
happy.
on, get it. Come on. Love it. Ask Antonio about the ref. He got no protection. How do you rate the 4 Now song? 1,000. Absolutely love it. The 4 Now song, absolutely incredible. Go to West Ham Unofficial. There's a 14-second clip of it over there. Absolutely fantastic. A silly old coat. 4. On TV, you only heard West Ham fans. That's what you like to see. Fans 10.1. Fans get a 10 for turning up and singing through a 0-0 for 90 minutes. Yeah, true. There we go. 10 for the 4 Now song, indeed. Rate Jacob Matt then. So here we go then, Matt. Let's see what the polls are saying. We get more of an averaged out one with the polls, which is the great thing about it. Let's have a look. Who's Jake gonna get, and who is Matt gonna get? Let's see. So the ratings are 10 is 47%, 8 to 9 is 31%, 5 and under 10%.
Who let Stel vote?
Yeah, that's Stell. Yes. Stell's absolutely loving it. Bless her. Jam 10. And there we go. West Ham should get Roy Keane in backroom stuff to intimidate refs in the tunnel. Could you imagine that? Love Roy Keane. Love him.
I'm sure Keane does enough of it.
You guys get a 5 as punishment for being too harsh. Right, I'm gonna hand that swiftly over to Matt there for the ratings done.
I thought
it was all right today.
To be honest, yeah,
it's all right. Nothing wrong at all. There we go. So let's have a recap of what Matt has given the players for Southampton 0, West Ham 0. So given Fabianski a 5, Soufal 6, Ogbonna 6, Dawson 6, Creswell 6, Rice 7, Soucek 6, Fornals 8 with. I'll tell you what. Here we go. Who is the West Ham Network man of the match for you then, Matt?
It's between Fornals and Bowen, but I'm not.
Who's it going to be?
I'll give it Fornals.
Fornals gets the West Ham Network man of the match here from Matt. There you go. 4 for Ben Rama, 5 for Antonio, 7 for Vlasic, 3 for Yarmolenko, 7 for Moyes, and there we go. All done and dusted for another ratings show. Get your man of the match into the chat. Jake and I, Matt, feel very stingy on defence despite the clean sheet. First half, then turns it around to try and make up for eating my party rings. You said it was biscuits, Dan. We've ate them all. The lot's gone, I'm afraid. You're going to have to get some reinforcements in. The lot are gone. When the ratings come to town, everything takes priority, Matt.
Absolutely. We're the number one show, mate. We've got to take priority.
We are. What are we, the standard bearers of the West Ham Network? You've got the flagship show, Did it even happen this week? Oh, yeah, bite size for about 39 minutes. That's the shortest West Ham weekly ever.
That's like reading through the comments, isn't it? There's no news there. They just read through the comments for half an hour.
Yeah. Party rings are biscuits. Nah, party rings aren't biscuits, are they? I'm not having that. Party rings aren't biscuits.
I suppose you buy them in the biscuit aisle, probably. But I don't know.
They're not biscuits.
It's a bit like a Jaffa cake, Would you?
God, Jaffa cakes aren't biscuits either. A biscuit is like a digestive or a rich tea. It's not a party ring. Nah, I'm sorry, Dan. I'm not having that. There we go. Bowen, infinitive energy. Vlasic for man of the match, says GP. Anyway, we will be back next week in the Premier League. We might do the ratings for the Europa League game. You never know. To find out if we do, though, Matt, what have they got to do? They've got to hit that bell icon to be notified.
They have.
When?
Also, while we're here, quickly, anyone that hasn't seen this, the football prizes for this week.
Here we go.
It's a
wow
Berlin ground seat signed by Mark Noble.
There we go. £6.95 for a ticket. 65 tickets to be sold. Absolutely fantastic. So there's 4 days left on this. So it's a Mark Noble's. There we go. For 4 days, Mark Noble signed and framed original Bowling ground seat. Competition ends Friday the 17th of September at 7:30. So you've got until Friday to get your tickets in. So that's another dub for Matt there. To add to his collection behind him, he's gonna have to get a bigger camera, go back a bit for all
That's
of these.
All right. There's a space right there.
Yeah,
there's a space right there, Jake. It's fine.
Oh, Dan's got number 13. Unlucky for some, but will he get it?
On 16. That's Noble's number, wasn't it? 16.
Yeah. West Ham Weekly was just a soundbite taster compared to normal. Anton, is there a late show tonight? Let Steve know. Is this the last show of the night here on the West Ham Network? It is. It is.
Yeah,
wrong comment. No late show this evening. Here we go. Right then, schedule this week. Here we go. So there's no late show this evening. So we are setting the standards for a Sunday evening. You've got your entertainment here. So Monday lunchtime live at 12:30. Russ will be here with his lunchtime show. West Ham Weekly, 9:30 to midnight. It could be any time between them.
some point late Monday evening, depending on when Stell wants to go live.
Yeah, Stell needs to teach Anton and Jake Cockney. Don't go to bed. Oh, don't go to bed. We might see something from Dan later on. Never know. Tuesday, lunchtime show with Russ. Tuesday, West Ham Daily in the afternoon as well. All of the content here on the West Ham Network. Good, I need to be up early, says Steve. The content just keeps coming. Here we go. Tuesday, 9 p.m. Zagreb preview live with special guest. Woo-hoo! See, even Matt doesn't know, and he's the host. He's the co-host of the preview show, and even Matt doesn't know who the special guest is. You'll just have to wait and see. And it's going to be 2 days early.
Yeah, normally we do it the day before. So normally we do it on if it's Thursday game Wednesday. So
so it's going to be on Tuesday with a very special guest. Paul, nothing from Dan tonight. No, nothing from me. DG. Special guest can't make Wednesday, so it's going to be on Tuesday.
There we go.
Must be a good special guest. Make sure you subscribe. Wednesday lunchtime show live with Russ. This is like a watch along, seeing what's going to be on the West Ham Network this week. West Ham Daily on Wednesday. Would there be a watch along on Thursday? There'll be something of the sort.
I imagine so.
I can imagine peak ads.
I mean, I'm not going to Zagreb. I don't think Ant's going to Zagreb. So I can imagine there'll be some sort of match
Thursday.
Day live.
There you go. Thursday lunchtime show. There's going to be a daily and then the match day live. Probably with you. It might be an hour before kickoff to give you all of whatever you want for the game. There we go. Sit back, relax, enjoy what's left of your Sunday evening, and we are going to say goodbye. Thank you very much for watching. Drop a like on the video, subscribe to the West Ham Network if you are new around here. Anton, have you got Slaven Bilic to do preview of Suzuka to give you a Croatian insight? I wouldn't put it past Anton. You know what's up his sleeve? I don't know. Matt don't know.
I've got no clue. Yeah.
If only. Zagreb is dangerous. Just get a one-way ticket. Thank you very much for watching. Come on, you Irons. And we will see you in the next rating show. Thank you very much. I will see you in the next one. Cheers, guys. Bye-bye. Thank you very much for watching.